All right, all right. What's going on, party people? This is your man Griff doing a quick chit chat with y'all. So, yesterday I did a video talking about getting rid of toxic people and things out of your life that is not helping you move forward in your notary business, and even just in life, period. So, what's ironic, in my opinion, is that this morning Eric Thomas talked about that very same subject. And I was like, wow, that's interesting, and not saying that me and him connected or anything, or he's biting off of me, I'm biting off of him. I'm just saying, when you got your focus right, you will be saying the right things just like other people. So what he was saying was correct, what I was saying is correct, that going into 2022, you really, really, really need to just trying to get this up here. You really need to focus on getting rid of the things that are in your life that are hindering you from moving forward. Activities, certain social media accounts, and all of that. So that's what I was talking about. So he was talking about primarily people. I was talking about people and social media and other things. So so I found that very, very interesting that he talked about that this morning in his 3 a.m. live. And one of the things that, from listening to him, I started thinking, I said, well, what's something else that we need to do for 2022? And I've been thinking about that all day. And I want to share that with y'all tonight. A couple of things that I thought about was simply this. We know you got to get rid of toxic people. We know you got to get rid of things, activities or social media things that you're connected with that is very, very negative. One of the other issues that you got to do is look at your business practices. What are your business practices? Because if the things that you're doing in your business is not something that's productive or that can produce some good, great, excellent results, you need to get them out of your business. So if the things that you're doing, and this is something that he talked about and which sparked me into thinking this way, are you, if the things that you're doing in your business, is it because somebody told you, or is it because you see that that's something that's needed in your business? And these are my words. Are you doing what you're doing in your business because somebody said, hey, go do this and it'll be profitable. You'll do great and you'll make all kinds of money? Or are you doing, or what you're doing is because you realize, yeah, that's what I need to do. That's what's going to grow my business. So when I start thinking about, even with me and from a lot of the stuff that I've heard other people say, I've developed and learned over the last 3.5 years going into, working in, doing my fourth year, toward finishing up my fourth year, that, what, I really have learned and figured out what I need to do to grow my business. But then there's things that I've heard people tell me that they say I should do that has not been profitable at all. And when I look at it and listen to them, I see that it's not profitable. So one of the issues that right now a lot of people, as notaries, have is this thing of TTNs, tips, tricks, and nuggets. Everybody's worrying about doing a tip, trick, or nugget, and you're not really concerned about learning the business. You're just trying to get little sparks, little snippets, and you're not really learning the business. And it doesn't matter whether it's notary business or business credit business or anything, whatever you are in, you're not really learning that because you're just trying to get little snippets and thinking that if I insert this snippet into my business, so the snippet advertise on Instagram or get an Instagram account and do all of the pointing and all of this kind of stuff, and that will make your business grow. Okay, so somebody told you to do that, but is that really something? Does it even fit your personality? Is it something that really will resonate with the clientele that you will come across? You get what I'm saying? So people are telling you to do things. And by now, for notaries, we should know that all of this giving donuts and gift cards and running back and forth to the title companies and all of that may not be the most productive way to get yourself out there. As I recently said, the number one way, and I haven't heard anybody say this on the internet. I'm not that they haven't, I just haven't heard them say it. I haven't heard anybody really say this anywhere for the most part. More recently, maybe in a day, back in the day when I first started doing business, is that the number one way to market your business is to be ready and able to do business. If you're not ready and able to do business, then what are you doing? You're marketing yourself, and then when they say, "Okay, well, I got this closing for you," oh well, look, I would do it, but I need 2 or 3 days to get prepped for it. Then you're not ready to do business. And now all of that marketing you did to impress them, to encourage them to give you the opportunity, you just blew the opportunity because you wasn't ready. So how ready are you to do business? That's the number one way you need to market your business. If you can't do business, then there's no need for you to market your business. Don't market something that you can't execute. If you can't go out and do the business, if you go to a title company and they say, "Hey, look, we need you right now. Can you do this closing? Because the notary that we had, they just fell sick, and can you come on in and do it now?" And you're like, well, I would, but I don't know what the documents look like, and I don't know what I'm faced with. I mean, how many pages is it? You start doing all of that, that tells them instantly you're not ready, and you will never get a phone call from them ever again. That's just as true. And I know I wouldn't call you. I mean, just like if somebody is asking you, say, "Hey, let me get you to help me out with the loan closing." And I'm gonna tell these people to call you for, "Oh, nah, I ain't really ready. Or you can't show up on time." You see what I'm saying? So are you ready to do business? That's the number one way to market. So the tactics and techniques, these tips, tricks, and nuggets that you're so desperate to get, why are you trying to get them? And are they really going to help your business out? You need to learn, because you wouldn't have your son or your daughter going around living life off of tips, tricks, and nuggets. You would have them say, "No, you need to learn how to do this. You're going to college and you don't need to go up here and clip." And that's really the best way I can equate this tips, tricks, and nuggets, the TTNs, is clipping. You're just running around trying to clip exams. And I've done that. I did clip, and I didn't learn a thing from it. I just went in there and clipped 2 courses in one day, which averaged out to a C. That's what they give you. If you clip the class, you get a C. And I didn't really learn anything. I think they hurt me more than anything, because it put me in a mindset of being lazy. So you just going around clipping what you need to know in business instead of learning it, but you're disguising it as TTNs, tips, tricks, and nuggets. So you need to move out of that. So look at the things that you've been doing in your life. Look at who's been telling you these things and whether or not it's actually working. Just because it's working for them, you can't necessarily look for it to work for you. And that was one of the things, the main thing that Eric Thomas said this morning. He was saying, stop trying to replicate what other people are doing and find your way of doing things. And if you're too afraid to figure it out for yourself, thinking that you're not smart enough, you're not intelligent enough to do this, then you need to get some better thinking. That's why I said yesterday, get away from all of that toxicity by going into 2022 and not connecting with any of those toxic social media groups that you're with, but go in and getting connected to the people who will move you forward and encourage you and educate you in the proper way to do the business that you're trying to do. So I'm saying it that way because there's people who might be looking at this and they're not a notary. So it doesn't matter what business you're running. You might be a notary now and you might quit and you might say, "I'm not doing that in 2022. It didn't work out for me." That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But whatever you go into, you got to have the right focus, and you got to look at it as, I'm going to learn and I'm not going to clip anything. So that's where what I really wanted to encourage you is that you really need to stop trying to replicate everybody else. Stop trying to mimic everybody else. You look on YouTube, Instagram, all of that, Facebook, everybody's trying to do the same thing. Everybody got the same clips, the same thumbnails, the same this, the same that. Everybody got the same Instagram videos, the same Instagram photos, the same Instagram music, the same everything. And it's like, where's the originality? You mean to tell me that you have no originality about yourself. The only thing that you can do is just mimic what everybody else has done, claiming that it's successful. And I would venture to say that the majority of the people out here, you probably have not been successful doing what they say do. You have not seen the level of success mimicking them that you see them having. I'm just being real with you, and you know that. So I decided for myself, let me figure out who I am, which I've talked about that before. You got to know who you are, figure out who you are. I figured out who I am and how I would like to run my business, and how I would like to communicate my business to people. And that's what I do. So the way I do my elevator pitch may not be the way yours is, but it's within line with my personality, and it communicates the things that I believe that are important about my business, and it works. And I'm available and ready to knock it out the park. And when people call me, I always talk from the standpoint of, I'm going to do everything I can to accommodate you. Let me know what time. Let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna make sure this happens. If I can't do it, then I can't do it. But the first words out of my mouth is, I can do that for you. What time you need me there? Okay, fine. And if for some reason there's a conflict, then I will try to work around it. If I can't work around it, I let them know. But I found a way to do it myself. Okay. I listened to other people, and that what I saw that could work for me, I added it in. But I didn't just sit there and say, I'm just going to flat replicate any and everything that they're doing just because they said it worked for them. I'm smart enough to know, just like I believe you're smart enough to know, that just because somebody says it worked for them does not in any way, shape, or form mean it will work for you. The question is, are you going to allow your smartness to take precedence in your life and help you to figure that out and to move into the correct direction that you need to? Or are you so enamored with following the crowd that you're just going to go out there and do what they do because that's what they said? You know, I think you can do this. I know you can do this. It's time for my eggnog, y'all. Oh man, that is good. That is good. Yeah, see, other YouTubers don't drink eggnog on and do that kind of stuff. I do. I'm just being me. Okay. It's nothing wrong with you being you. So I believe you can do this. I know you can do this, but you have to believe and know you can. And again, you have to remove yourself from people and things and practices that will interfere with you going forward. Stop being afraid to be unique. Stop being afraid to be different. Go out there and be you so that your business can grow the way it needs to grow. And I'm telling you, when you start doing that, oh my goodness, you're going to see so much phenomenal growth, and you're just going to be so pleased and happy with yourself and what you've accomplished. I guarantee it. Y'all have a good night. Peace.